Galaxy's a thing of wonder.
The universe is filled with mysteries. Is there life out there? What's inside a black hole? Why did everybody stop photographing UFOs after we all got iPhones? The unanswered questions are limitless. But here at the Vice News Observatory, we're probing the deepest question of our universe. Why does the orbit around President Trump include so many criminals? An impeachment probe, umpteen lawsuits.
Yeah, I'm not watching this. This just sucks. Okay. Here, dude. How Chile finally scraped this dictator-era constitution. This one's for Ultra PG. He's been trying to get me to watch this. I hope there's no fucking TOS in here. I would not want to ban my #1 simp, okay?
Mira los huevones, ahí cámaras, los culiados, los que tiran el gas pimienta. O sea que hay cámaras. Dale, dale, ahora.
Señorita, me sigue gritando y va a tomar detenido por histórico y me asado.
Espérate, porque soy un violador igual.
Yo no he violado, no he matado, ni he hecho nada. Así que por favor, cuide sus palabras. Cuide sus palabras.
This is the final protest before an historic election in Chile. The movement was initially sparked by a hike in the subway fare. But its overarching demand was to change the constitution, which was written under former dictator Augusto Pinochet in 1980. In an effort to appease protesters, President Piñera called a referendum on whether to draft a new constitution.
This motherfucker is literally like a billionaire airline magnate.
Un acuerdo por una nueva constitución.
It wasn't enough.
Magnate.
¿Qué piensas de la idea de una nueva constitución aquí en Chile?
Yo creo que es lo mejor. A mucha gente le da miedo, pero es la idea de que haya un cambio, que nosotros como pueblo podamos elegir el futuro de Chile. Ha sido pura corrupción, robo, sobre todo del agua.
You know, no more private water, as you can see. Instead of privatizing water in the neoliberal hellhole, you can get it for free when the government sprays you.
We were blasted with water laced with chemicals, just one of the ways that police have forcefully tried to put down the protests that erupted a year ago. During that time, government forces killed at least 6 people, and they shot rubber bullets at protesters' faces, causing more than 300 people to lose an eye. Fabiola Campillay had a tear gas canister shot at her face. She lost both her eyes and her sense of smell and taste. She's become a symbol of police brutality and the need for change. The day of the incident, what do you remember?
Mis recuerdos son súper pocos porque, bueno, ese día estaba con un turno de noche en mi trabajo. Al llegar a la esquina del pasaje en donde yo vivo, solamente recibí el disparo y de ahí ya no me acuerdo de nada más.
What's the change that you want?
El cambio en nuestra educación, en la salud, vivienda, en las leyes, en nuestra policía que hoy en día está vuelta loca por un decir, dispara sin una provocación.
Ya, viejita, vamos. Cuidado que hay una soledad alta aquí. Levante el pie, levante el pie. A ver. Cuidado, mi amor. Te dije. Ya, viejita, vamos. De un vaso de la mamá.
Will justice come quicker with a new constitution?
Yo creo que sí. Esperemos que sí, que haya justicia más rápido con la nueva constitución.
Acá le vamos a hacer el voto, ¿ya? Porque
ok.
todo asistido.
Sí.
¿Ya?
Ya. Ahí. Ahí. Ya.
People fought for this for an entire year, dude. Like, general strikes, ongoing protests, people died, people got their fucking faces shot off, as you saw. So weird that America still refuses to cover any news whatsoever that pertains to Chile. Like, you probably had no idea, right, that this was happening. You probably had no idea. Maybe most of you don't even know that this is not just like some sort of pepper, but an actual fucking country. And that is deliberate. The reason why you don't know about that, is because this is basically a neoliberal testing ground. And it is considered the jewel of South America. That's why.
¿Cómo te sentiste? ¿Qué tal esta experiencia?
Muy lindo el apoyo de toda la gente. Con el apoyo de ellos hemos podido salir adelante. Ay, gracias. Gracias.
Critics of the current constitution say it codifies conservative policies. The constitution has been amended dozens of times, but people like political scientist Claudia Hayes take issue with its very legitimacy.
I think the current constitution, it's a lock to maintain the way the things as they were when the dictatorship ended. And it was designed for that purpose. It has prevented change from occurring through elections, through political parties, many things that...
Actually, TYT covered it a lot. Bitch, I was the one at TYT that covered it a lot. What the fuck do you mean? I'm talking about Western media, mainstream media.
People want to change, are declaring unconstitutional. So you want to make the water be
Guys,
public,
I don't care. I'm not going to go and like watch what AOC and Ilhan Omar are doing. You guys can go check it out if you
want. You need very
want.
high quorums to change the constitution.
Do you think that this constitution is going to actually address the pressing concerns of so many Chileans?
I think it's a first step in that direction. Of course, the Constitution is not a social policy, it's not a social program, it doesn't have a budget, but it can send a message to the political system. So in the worst case, even if the Constitution is not perfect or not very consistent, I think any Constitution would be better than the Constitution we have now.
Chileans were voting on two issues, whether to create a new constitution and also who should write it, either a newly elected body or giving half of sitting legislators a hand in drafting it, an option known as mixta.
¿Y qué votó usted hoy?
Rechazo y convención mixta.
¿Y por qué usted votó rechazo?
Las modificaciones que yo quiero en la Constitución se pueden hacer modificando las leyes.
Y de nuevo la opción mixta. ¿Por qué usted votó por esa opción?
Porque sí me interesa gente con experiencia también, que tiene manejo en el proceso de modificaciones constitucionales. Entonces me parece que una combinación de 50-50 es óptima.
Detrás del señor que tiene la polera blanca manteniendo distancia.
The election was originally planned for April, but delayed till now because of the pandemic.
What problem do they have with the Constitution written by Chicago boys-driven ultra-right-wing coup dictatorship government? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why these guys are... Man, these people are so... They're so selfish and so whiny. Like, I don't understand what the problem is with privatizing water. Like, it just seems like the future, okay? Guess what? Chile is what I need to say to all the people in Chile. They're so yeah, exactly. They're so unappreciative of yeah, woo, Chile.
This time around, the government took the extraordinary measure of prohibiting people with COVID from voting altogether. At the polling locations, police forces conducted random checks to make sure voters hadn't tested positive. As early returns came in, thousands of people started emptying into the streets.
I don't get it. Why don't they like Pinochet or Pinera? Like this doesn't make any sense to me. Why do you hate the global poor? I say to the people of Chile who have been fighting against their oppressive government. Yeah, why do you hate the global poor, guys? When I look at this, all I see are a bunch of white guys in college and Bernie bros that just don't understand what is good for them. Okay? Sorry, if you want to participate in the global marketplace and you want foreign capital to continue coming into your country, well, what you have to do is simply concede that the IMF will absolutely, without a doubt, exploit the fuck out of your country and offer you conditional loans that you can only use on Western corporations that will set the terms of how we allow you to develop nationally. Sorry, that's just how it works, okay?
Chileans have overwhelmingly voted to create a new constitution, and the feel out here in Plaza Baquedano is so festive, so happy, and there is not a police officer in sight.
Wow, these guys must be Bernie bros. Look at them. Look at them burning their leaders. I really have a problem with this. I mean, look, privatizing water, I don't really have a problem with that. I mean, of course, like that's just how capitalism works. Okay? Like that's actually good. Like revoking access to what is otherwise declared a resource that like every human being should never be separated from. Like privatizing that is actually a good thing, obviously, but lighting the guy that's advocating for that on fire, a puppet of that, that's not a good look, Sweaty. This is not how you do it, okay? Are you trolling? Everything I'm saying is sarcastic. Literally everything I've said is sarcastic. I'm making fun of annoying fucking like dudes with socks and the globe on their profiles on Twitter that talk about how great Chile is and how economic development in Chile has been great despite the fact that they have horrific income inequality. Okay? That's my lib voice. I'm doing my lib voice.
Now there's another challenge, writing the Constitution. Chileans will go to the polls again next year.
Whenever you hear me say, why do you hate the global poor, Sweaty, while literally looking at a group of people that would be that would be categorized as the global poor, understand that I am being an out-of-touch neoliberal that thinks it's okay to devastate Chile.
To elect a whole new slate of representatives to do just that.